Hi, I'm Alan Hills, and welcome to SRTV's movie review show, A Night at the Movies. Let's cut to the chase. For the past 7 years, the entire movie-loving world has been waiting for the announcement that Sherlock Holmes 3 has finally begun production. Year after year, there have been many updates, but unfortunately, nothing has happened. However, Warner Brothers announced last year that filming for the long-awaited sequel might finally begin filming later this year. Plus, the star of the series, Robert Downey Jr., just announced that the movie is still going to be made. So if you haven't seen these movies yet, you're really missing out on some top-notch cinematic entertainment. If you thought Downey was phenomenal as Iron Man, then wait till you see him as the one and only Sherlock Holmes. RDJ's reinvented yet fundamentally original interpretation of the famous detective is delightfully bumbling yet theatrically superb. Therefore, this episode will be all about Downey's epic Sherlock Holmes movies, which were both directed by the visionary filmmaker Guy Ritchie. So here's the rundown of the series. The first movie, simply titled Sherlock Holmes, was released almost 10 years ago in December of 2009. Thanks to Downey's acting and Ritchie's direction, this franchise began with a bang. Downey approaches the iconic character by strictly focusing on Holmes's oddities, which were the elements that stood out most to him when he was reading the books. Therefore, Downey's portrayal of Holmes is remarkably accurate to that of the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, as you can see right here. Complete works. Jude Law also gives an astounding performance as Holmes's famous loyal sidekick, Dr. John Watson. Holmes is constantly interfering with Watson's personal life by constantly entangling him into his dangerous cases. The comedic friction between Downey and Law's characters is unforgettably funny. The other amazing highlight of this movie is the intriguing portrayal of Holmes's deduction skills, especially during select fight scenes in which he slowly deduces how to defend himself before the fight scene happens. The regular deduction scenes shown during his detective work are also very engaging. Hans Zimmer's musical score is also very suitable for both Holmes's silliness and the dreary 1890s London aesthetic. The main theme is usually played with a funny yet captivating banjo arrangement. Because of all these breakthrough reinventions, Sherlock Holmes is nothing short of a good time. Everything about it is captivating, and it does not disappoint in any sense of the word. The sequel, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, was released in December of 2011. This blockbuster truly is one of those rare sequels that's just as good as the first, if not better. The first one was all about Holmes trying to stop the evil plans of a dark sorcerer, played by the incredibly talented Mark Strong. But in this one, Holmes begins to investigate the evil doings of his ultimate enemy, Professor Moriarty, who has been organizing assassinations and bombings throughout Europe. This leads Holmes and Watson throughout a continental journey that ultimately glamorizes the beautiful depth of Victorian Europe. This ultimately makes Ritchie's direction even more special. The locales include appealing places such as European forests, opera houses, and Swiss ballrooms. However, every reinvented aesthetic introduced in the first film remains the same. Downey and Law are funnier than ever before, and the deduction sequences are even more advanced. Jared Harris also gives a cunning performance as Professor Moriarty that is traditionally villainous, but has an underlying exemplification of psychotic madness. Sherlock's equally strange yet powerful brother, Mycroft, is also introduced to the series in a hilarious performance by Stephen Fry. Hans Zimmer also returns for the musical score, continuing the signature banjo action of the series. Overall, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows is a real treat, and it should never be neglected under any circumstances. However, the entire series should never be missed either. Both of these blockbuster movies are incredibly fun and just plain awesome. So be sure to brush up, since Sherlock Holmes 3 will eventually be filmed and released in the next couple of years. I know I'll be super excited when it finally does. And that's all the time we have. I'm Alan Hills, and this has been A Night at the Movies. Thank you for watching.